you were just going to do it.
No, you asked questions.
Okay,
I'm going to start this again.
Right, so here we are on the train on the way up to Sheffield, and here's Kerry, our projects director.
Hello.
And Kerry is wearing green for a reason. Tell us why you're wearing green, Kerry.
This week at the OAE is Green Week. We've looked at all the logistics and arrangements for the 4 concerts we've been doing and trying to organise them in a green way. And I decided, as just a bit of fun, to wear something green every day, just so it was a constant reminder. So this is involved in organising all the travel for everyone by train rather than them taking their own cars. Have multiple programmes for concerts, concerts outbreak service, and just generally taking more time to think about what you're doing in an environmental way. For example, I've been carrying around this mug with me all week and had my coffee in it. So, yeah.
Great. And if we pan up here, we can see only 3 players and a cello. Now, obviously, 3 players is not the entire orchestra, so Kerry's going to tell us why we only have 3 players with us this morning.
We're just going to Sheffield today. The orchestra last night played a concert in Keswick, which is a very small concert hall in the Lake District, and they didn't have enough room on the stage for as full-sized string section as we will have tonight, and we had in London on Tuesday night. So these extra players are coming to join. There is one missing. That's a double bass player who doesn't live in London, so he couldn't catch the train from London with us.
Great, so we're going to arrive in Sheffield in a couple of hours. The rest of the players on their way from Keswick, right?
They are on the way from Keswick in 2 coaches, which we've organised for them. Instead of, well, it wasn't possible to get the train actually. They stayed overnight in a hotel in Kendal because there wasn't a hotel big enough for us in Keswick. So they went from Keswick last night to Kendal, and then they were doing 3 hours by coach from Kendal to Sheffield this morning, and they should arrive there about the same time as us.
Great, so we get there while we're checking the hotel, and then there's a rehearsal this afternoon, right?
This afternoon, yeah, and then the concert's this evening. So.
Great, we'll see you in the rehearsal venue in Sheffield City Hall. So here we are backstage at Sheffield City Hall. We've just set up the stage. We had to move the staging, the risers for the brass and woodwind bit a bit. That's all done. The crew were very helpful. So we're backstage now, and that's Kerry there. We're just about to have some lunch, hopefully, because we're very, very hungry. And I just thought we'd have a quick look into one of the dressing rooms. Here's Matthew's dressing room, his leader this evening. There we go. Not massively glamorous, but not bad. TV, tea and coffee, nice armchairs. Yeah, I'd say this definitely ranks above most venue dressing rooms. And here we are backstage, and let's just make our way onto the stage. We've just done an interview with Cecilia. We'll do it again because I pressed the off button. So here we are on the train on the way back to London after our concert in Sheffield last night, and this is the third date. We've been to London, the Queen Elizabeth Hall, which is a 900-seat venue, and then up to Keswick, which is a quite small venue, 400 seats, and last night we were in Sheffield City Hall, which is huge. So Cecilia, how is it playing those three different venues, and how do they differ? What are the challenges?
Well, the challenge in Keswick was fitting on the stage, because that's a much smaller stage than we're used to, and in fact we did have to leave some players behind in London for that concert, but in spite of that it was still quite difficult to get ourselves on stage. We arrived at the rehearsal to find that the bass desk was off stage and half the audience couldn't see us, so that's the first thing we had to do, is physically rearrange it so that not only could they see us but they could hear us as well, the sound could get out. And then Sheffield, yes, we then sort of had to expand ourselves a bit to fill that space and just sort of sit a bit taller and feel a bit bigger and fill the hall. But it was a really nice acoustic there, so although it looked huge, it didn't feel difficult to play.
Right. And how does the audience differ from each place? Does each night, does the audience have a different feel to it?
Yeah, I suppose it does, especially because of the venue being different. So Keswick was a very small entrance lobby, and most of us were having our tea out there as audience members were coming in and having their pre-concert drinks. So you've got that mingling, which we didn't have in Sheffield. So
although you did mingle a little bit in the evacuation.
Yes, that was a first in my career, being evacuated from the concert platform in our concert clothes. So I think my new motto is going to be "Have the coat just off stage" in case it ever happens again.
This is our green tour, and you've got a double bass. So usually you'd be driving around the country with that double bass and from place to place. And this time it's been in our white van with Philippa. How's that been? Have you missed your double bass?
I haven't missed the driving one bit. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's been great to be on the train. I get to do interviews, I get to play Scrabble, I get to do bits of work that I wouldn't be able to do while I'm behind the wheel. It's been really good and far less tiring doing it this way. And we've been helping Philippa with the jigsaw and getting everything into the van and making sure it's all padded properly, and so we've had a good time, good sort of camaraderie over that as well.
Great, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Bye.